fast today. That is awesome. Can someone be resistant to tirzepatide? No. This whole medication, non-responder, slow responder, it's all bullshit. It's all ridiculous. It's a lack of understanding of what's going on. It's a lack of understanding of physiology and what you can do and what you should do to actually fix and address the issue. So yeah, I wouldn't be worried about that. I would be more worried about implementing proper change. Heck yeah, Heather. How do I gain muscle mass? Again, you increase your caloric intake, you increase your training, you increase your protein intake, and then we rock and roll. Jim, we talked about that. If you keep decreasing your calories and you decrease it too much, you're going to eventually stall. That's just the inevitable consequence. So we want to make sure that we don't do that. What do I think about Sloop? I don't think we need Sloop. It's a research peptide. I don't deal with research peptides or recommend. I only recommend safe, high quality 503A peptides. Would the pancreas affect the liver? What do you mean? So these GLP-1s are very healing and cause, in many cases, reversal to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So they're very healthy and very regenerative towards liver, towards kidneys. They had to stop one of the trials because the medication was doing so good for the people in the group on the GLP-1 that it was unfair to not give it to the control group. So extremely beneficial for kidney function, extremely beneficial and healing for non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Williams, I lost 1 pound in 3 weeks. That's frustrating for sure, Williams. Tell me a little bit more about what's going on, my friend. What other lifestyle changes are you doing at the same time? Guys, if you just joined us here, welcome, the girly engineer. I've been doing a 72-hour fast weekly for the last 3 weeks. Yeah, that's a little bit too much even for me. And I would like to think of what we do as, the most aggressive fasting protocols. If you do it that long every single week, what is likely going to happen is that you're going to end up stalling. And we don't want to see that. We don't want to see the stall. So that's why I don't advise to do that much. We want to cycle it. I think 48 tends to be, in my opinion, the max. Is Saxenda safe? I'm new to all this. I mean, Saxenda is one of the earlier acting GLP-1s, so I don't have any issue with Saxenda. Guys, do me a favor and introduce yourself. Let me know where you're watching from and what sort of issues are you running into. What's going good? Are you currently actively losing weight, or are you in a weight loss stall? Be sure to let me know in the comments so that we can get into all these different issues. I've been on semaglutide for 6 months and I haven't lost a pound. User 76, we can help you fix this issue. Slow results, no results. Let me know in the comments. Are you plateaued? Are you not getting results at all? Or have you never gotten results? Let me know in the comments too as well. How to break the stall, Tequila Rose. Laura's been on the same thing for 4 months, Zepbound. Laura's almost on the maxed out dose, 12 and a half. Thank you for sharing that. We can definitely help you fix that. We got Alicia from Texas. We got Cheryl. Goal is 100. I'm at my goal, but you're on the maxed out dose, Cheryl. So do you have a plan on how to wean off? Do you have a plan on how to reduce the medication dose while maintaining weight loss? Nobody ever wants to say this, so I'm going to say it. Maintaining weight loss is significantly harder than losing the weight itself. Let me repeat that. Maintaining the weight loss after you lose the weight is more difficult than losing the weight itself. You have to have a plan of attack. There needs to be some aggressive lifestyle interventions in order for you to be successful. I'm on 15 milligrams of Zepbound, user 24. Works for about 3 days and then I'm hungry. So user 24, you're literally on the maxed out dose and you're not even getting appetite suppression. Does that sound like a good place to be at? What do you think is going to happen as the medication continues to wear out more? As it starts to become even less effective? Vincent, no worries, my friend. Your question about kidney disease. So what I was saying was these medications were so healing to patients with chronic kidney disease that they literally had to stop the trials because the group that wasn't getting the GLP-1 and they needed the benefit, they had to stop the trials and give them the GLP-1 because it was so beneficial. Cheryl, as a diabetic, we have to focus on reversing your diabetes. We have to focus on healing from within. So it's very common and it's very often that people in our program end up reversing their diabetes. This is what we focus on all the time. Keto, fasting, carnivore, things like that are very beneficial towards addressing the underlying diabetes. Because remember, guys, it's the insulin resistance that drives the diabetes. It's the insulin resistance that drives the obesity. Florida, I have my call today, joining from another semi-provider due to your coaching. Oh, thanks, Life Chapter. Thank you so much. And I'm excited. Are you on your coaching call with me today in the afternoon? I have my coaching call with people today at 4:00, I think, Mountain. So that's super cool if you already, or do you have a call with my team to sign up today? California, 85 pounds down, close to goal. Just want to gain more muscle. So Angel, gaining muscle mass is extremely important. It's the muscle mass that's responsible for keeping your metabolism fast, contributing to staying insulin sensitive. Without a doubt, this is driven and influenced heavily by the amount of muscle mass you have on your body. So very, very important. I'm glad that you're thinking that. We got to increase protein intake. We got to increase training. We got to make sure we're consuming enough calories and all the above. How can I restart my weight loss? I'm stalled at 360 pounds, Monjaro, 15 milligrams. Big run. Look, man, I don't know how much weight you've already lost. You're stalled at 360. You still have another 100 pounds at least to lose. I would strongly encourage you to shoot us a text message here and get yourself scheduled for the consultation, because you're going to have a lot of resistance with your body. There's going to be a lot of resistance. There's going to be a lot of stalling on the way. And I'd rather you be working with us so that we can prevent the stall, so that we can continue to work with you and help you achieve lasting weight loss and protect the muscle mass that you have on your body. Very, very important. Do I work with people from South Africa? So you guys can join my coaching programs from around the globe, just so you know. Now, if you are outside the US, you can't, we obviously can't ship the medications to you, but you can still join my coaching programs. You can still join the community. There's still a lot that you can do. Oh, fantastic. You're a member of the student coaching. Love it. Love it. And letting me know. And how's everything going for you? Why does your body stall? So it seems like the primary reason why people's bodies stall to the weight loss, as in you're losing weight and your body stops losing weight, it's because you enter starvation mode. Your body enters starvation mode. It enters this state where you haven't been getting enough calories, you haven't been getting enough nutrition. So the metabolism down regulates. This is starvation mode. This is zombie mode. How many people currently watching this are in a weight loss stall? Let me know in the comments you're on the medication and you're just not losing weight. Let me know right now so we can see if this is what we should focus on, if this is what we should train on. What dose are you on? So Big Run, Darlita, Michiko, fantastic. So we got somebody here has joined my coaching program and has shared that she has broke that stall and started losing weight because she's in my coaching program. That's fantastic. Cindy, are you we work much faster with text message. If you want to get booked, it would take, because we have so many people reaching out to us, I would just shoot us a text message right here, Cindy, so that we can get you booked. That's going to be a much faster process. Jerome on YouTube, 15 pounds down after 8 shots. I was in the gym daily at first, but took 17 days off due to a surgery. Now I'm back at the gym. I'm on Zepbound 5 milligrams. Fantastic, Jerome. You're back at it, my friend. I love it. I love it. Anna's on 4 milligrams of retatrutide. So the retatrutide, I think, is the most powerful peptide that we have. But for some people, the retatrutide, they're not getting enough appetite suppression. And so this is why I like cagrilintide. Lizzie, I'm not sure what number you are texting, but thank you for letting me know. If you feel like you're not getting a response for whatever reason, shoot us a message right now here so we can get that straightened out. I wonder, I wonder how that could possibly be. I can see all the messages, so I would see if that's actually the case. Lizzie, is your last name Morton? Yes, the number, we do accept WhatsApp too as well. Thoughts on tesamorelin IGF for leaning down? You don't need all that, my friend. That's pretty aggressive, and I don't like how much that's going to shoot up your insulin-like growth factor. I wouldn't do that cycle. I think that's a little ridiculous. Lizzie, is your first name actually Marion? Just so I can see what's going on. It doesn't appear to be you. Stephanie, I will be starting semaglutide next week. It's combined with B12. B12 is cool. Yeah, B12 isn't going to do anything special, but B12 is still most of these compounders, guys, you have to understand, most of these compounders, they just have to add anything to the medication in order for them to compound it. So B12 is cool. Welcome, everybody. If you just joined us, my name is Dr. Jones. I have clinics we service across the nation, all 50 states. Larissa, hello and welcome, Larissa. So there's a couple ways you can reach out to us. Do you see that lastingweightlossnow.com? You can go there. Let's see what happens actually if you go there. Still actually works somehow. Or you can just shoot us a message here. Whatever works out for you. Or you can shoot us a message, on this phone number, Larissa. But super excited to help you kick some butt. Potter, I'm on Zepbound, 5 milligrams, 35 pounds in 4 months, stalled the past 4 months. So do you guys want to train on, let's do a vote here. If one of my moderators can initiate the vote, let's do a vote between reversing your insulin resistance in order to enhance overall results, or breaking the weight loss stall, breaking the weight loss plateau. Let me know which one you guys would rather train on. I definitely want to get into one of these topics here today. Larissa, let me know if you were able to make contact. I can see right now incoming text messages. Uh, 35 milligrams user. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Flora Cook, what goal or calories of food should you shoot for to avoid starvation mode? It doesn't work that easily, but if you want like a rough range, if you start eating below 1,600, 1,500 calories a day, most people over time are eventually going to plateau. That's just how that works. It's going to differ though, because if your metabolism is much faster, if you're burning a lot more calories, if you're a more active, bigger male, for example, your requirement of calories is going to be significantly higher. A1015. Yes, that's me in the pictures. I have been constantly struggling myself for over a decade with constant fluctuations and inability to maintain weight loss. So it looks like we're going to get a little poll started so that you guys can vote. And then we can get into some deep training. But in the meantime, feel free to rapid fire your questions. I want to help you guys out as much as we possibly can. Yes, Pamela, I'm doing a flexible carnivore diet. So usually what that means is Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, I'm doing pure carnivore. And also no fruit, maybe a little dairy, maybe a little cheese if I'm having patties, and then Thursday night, I'll start eating some carbs. I'll start eating some fruit on Thursday night because I do my heavy lifting on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Thursday night to Saturday night, I start eating carbohydrates. I start allowing myself fruit. Maybe some squash or a little bit of rice, but not much. What can I do to lessen this symptom? What symptom are you talking about, Greg? No, I don't do whey protein anymore because I get enough protein from animal products. Scotty, 5 milligrams of, guys, looks like the vote is on. If you guys see the top left of the screen right there, it's right below. I'll put the green box right below it. You guys see above the green box right there? There's your vote. Let's see if my moderators did it right. Yeah, close enough. There's also an option for retatrutide and peptide. So yeah, guys, submit your vote. Let me know on what you want to train on right now. Weight loss stall. So what I mean by the weight loss stall is we're going to talk about metabolic downregulation. We're going to talk about why the metabolism slows down, what's happening in the body, how to reverse it. Insulin resistance. We're going to talk about why your body struggles to lose weight to begin with. And then with insulin resistance, we're going to talk about the impacts long term. Why do you always regain the weight? Every single time you lose your weight, why do you regain it? Why does it come back? How come lasting weight loss is freaking impossible for most people? It's because insulin resistance. So how to reverse it, understanding what it is, the impacts of it, that's what that is all about. What are your two favorite peptides to couple with tirzepatide? AOD 9604. Lizzie, no, I just want to make sure I see your message. I don't see your text message yet. Did you text this number here? If you want to put in the message, this is Lizzie from TikTok, just so I can make sure it gets directed. Yeah, I don't know why I don't see your message. It's weird. Boomer down 79, 19 to goal, stalled at 2 weights, stalled for 2 months. So we're going to talk about that, Boomer. It could be your insulin resistance. It could be a plateau, starvation mode, zombie mode. So we're going to get into all of that on today's call, on today's training. There we go. Now I see your text message, Liz, by the way. I see it now. Thank you for sending that, Lizzie. I appreciate that. So I'm going to make sure that we respond to that. All right. Can a person take with Hodgkin's lymphoma? I don't see any particular reason or am aware of anything. Of course, I can't give you medical advice. So you're going to have to reach out to our medical team, get that consultation so that we can decipher and make a more accurate call whether that's an issue or not. Devin, doesn't carbs keep the metabolism high and it's good for the thyroid? I just fast for 24 hours a week and I'm still making strength gains while losing fat. That's fantastic, Devin. Carbs do have an impact to your thyroid hormone production, but nowhere to the degree that it would override the damage that carbs are doing if you're insulin resistant. If you're insulin sensitive, you can tolerate carbs, Devin. That's just how it is. But if you're not and you're insulin resistant, then carbohydrates are problematic. And the problem is most people are insulin resistant. Most people are in a situation where their body cannot tolerate those carbohydrates. All right. James, does testosterone replacement therapy help with muscle loss on GLP-1? It absolutely does. Guys, testosterone therapy, hormone replacement therapy is always important. If it's low, if it's suboptimal, increasing testosterone is going to improve protein synthesis, protein rates. It can promote either more muscular growth or it can promote the preservation of muscle mass during your weight loss journey, which would otherwise be catabolic. Not if you're diabetic. Sean, what about diabetes? What do you mean? I'm not sure what you're referring to. I can say this about diabetics. If you are a diabetic, let's reverse your diabetes. If you are a diabetic, we need to focus on reversing your diabetes and the weight loss will come, not the other way around. Doesn't diabetic type 2 have to have a certain amount of carbs? Nope. Diabetics do not have to have carbs. In fact, no human requires carbohydrates consumption. The human body does not require carbohydrates for life. Your brain needs glucose. Absolutely. Your brain makes glucose very effectively, or your body makes glucose and your brain consumes it. You absolutely have to have certain types of proteins. You absolutely have to have certain types of fat. Fat and protein are essential for life. Carbohydrates aren't. And for a society full of obese, insulin-resistant individuals, carbohydrates are just making things worse in most cases. So guys, if you just joined us here on today's live, welcome, welcome. My name is Dr. Jones. I have clinics we service across the nation. We're about to start talking about weight loss plateau. The vote is done, and you guys wanted me to talk about weight loss plateaus. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to break it up into a series, into four little parts, and you guys are going to be welcome to ask your questions in between. Dark catfish, I'm on 5 milligrams and I haven't lost a pound. My A1C is great. Is there anything you suggest? Yes, dark catfish. Ultimately, I suggest that you shoot us a text message so that we can work with you directly and fix your issue. Also, keep listening today because we're going to talk about that issue. Cindy, there's been a lot of misinformation that's been spread for a very long time. Ribellus is oral semaglutide. I don't think it works as well as the other GLP-1s, but, it's definitely better than no GLP-1. I'm glad that you cut out your sugars, you cut out your sodas. This is definitely a step in the right direction. I was told that carbs give energy. Fat gives energy. Protein gives energy. Carbs give energy. They all give energy. Your body's energy source is called ATP. And your body can make ATP from all three substrates, all three macronutrients. Carbohydrates is the one that rises your blood sugar the most. And so carbohydrates has the most deleterious impact to your blood sugar and your metabolic health. Do me a favor. Why don't we start with a little introduction, especially if you just joined us? What's your name? Where are you watching from? And what's your current struggle? Just so I can get a little sense. And then we're going to start training here. Which GLP-1 do you recommend for somebody who wants to start? Tirzepatide, Tirzepatide, Tirzepatide. Tirzepatide, without a doubt, is still the best. If we lose Tirzepatide, I don't know if you guys heard about the shortage, the date. Apparently, a lot of clinics are going to stop Tuesday this week. 2 days, kind of crazy. This is the ending of the shortage date, the grace period, if you will. But we still have retatrutide, we still have semaglutide, we still have other options. And Princess, what's more important is how you approach this. So stacking your GLP-1 with peptides, stacking it with lifestyle interventions, AOD, fasting, keto, carnivore, weight training. All of these matter significantly, and they impact your results long term. Mandy. So we got, what can I do to get him to switch me to retatrutide? Good luck. Retatrutide is not FDA approved. So very, very few clinics are comfortable working with 503 retatrutide, Mandy. So it's just not going to happen. We are one of the few clinics that actually even has access to high quality retatrutide. We got Tan from Greensboro. We got Dark Catfish. I have to get to work, but I'll text you. Dark Catfish, excited to work with you, my friend. Shoot us a message. Let's kick some butt. Grace is on Mounjaro in New York, 15 mgs. So Grace, did you know that you're on the maximum dose of the medication? Did you know that your doctor has you on the maximum dose? And how does that feel? Like just mentally, how do you feel about being on the maxed out dose? Do you think that makes sense? Would you have liked a different path that would have encouraged more lifestyle interventions before continuing to increase your dose? Are you worried about long-term complications and risks from staying on the maxed out dose? Is retatrutide FDA approved? No, not yet. Grace, I'm off my insulin pump after 15 plus years. Now, I love that, Grace. That's really good. I would say if you're on the maxed out dose, but you've been able to get off of your insulin, that's a win. That's a massive win. So kudos to you. Now, if you were to work with us, we would take you to the next level. We would get you to the next level by implementing targeted lifestyle interventions. So my concern with the cookie, remember guys, there's an agenda, there's a narrative out there where everybody's following cookie cutter templates every couple of weeks, increasing the dose, every couple of weeks, increasing the dose. This is the narrative. This is the protocol. This is what they do. There's no guidance, coaching, support, or anything like that. So many of you guys are struggling, and lo and behold, this entire time, you could, hey, Boomer, welcome. You could implement fasting. You can implement keto. You can start weight training. Yes, we know about cagrilintide. So we have cagrilintide and we have retatrutide. Those are the combo. A low dose of reta and cagri is extremely powerful. With Amble on Tirzepatide, 19 to goal, but I have stalled. Yeah. So a lot of you guys are dealing with access issues, insurance companies, and all sorts of silly nonsense. You shouldn't have to be dealing with that. It's sad that you have to deal with that, though. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry for that, for sure. We got Patty from Oklahoma on 7.5 Tirzepatide. So we're going to train about the weight loss stall. We this is what I mentioned earlier. So yeah, Retta's awesome. You don't need Kagri, Sema, and Retta. That's way too much, in my opinion. But, I'm glad that's working for you. Hey, Horsefall, Jocelyn, welcome, welcome. That's definitely more than I would recommend, than my clinicians would recommend. Robin, no contraindication, in my opinion. HRT, GLP-1, great combo. I'm stalling pretty bad on 7.5. What can I do to change? I don't want to move up. Well, this is what we're literally talking about, guys. So I got about 10 more minutes before I got to hop off this morning. So I want to start training you guys. So let's get into it. Part 1, how did we get here? So we got here to a weight loss stall because you've been under eating. You've been not getting enough calories, not getting enough nutrition. You're not getting enough calories, micro and macronutrients. That's the main reason. That's the primary problem. Your body goes into starvation mode. Amy, I went off due to surgery coming up. Yeah, Amy, this is a good test for you to see what happens. If you start gaining weight rapidly, that means you haven't fixed the underlying metabolic health issue. Are you working with us, Amy, or are you on your own? I'm just checking. Think about when you guys started this medication. So all the people that told me they're stalled, pay attention because I'm talking to you. Remember when you stalled, remember you stalled how many months ago? Okay, you got that thought. Now remember when you started the medication. Was it 6 months, 1 year, 2 years ago? Remember how powerful it was to suppress your food chatter. Like, what a big deal, right? How many years before starting GLP-1 were you struggling? How many years, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years, you were struggling with food chatter, meaning you always were overeating. You never had control over your body. You always ran into issues. You felt like your body controlled you. Your life was all about food. You were very, very preoccupied with snacking and eating and yada, yada, yada. Okay. You start the medication and what happens? It's like, boom, right? Remember when you guys first started the medication, how powerful and how awesome did it feel for you to have relief of food chatter? Pretty big deal, right? For the first time in your life, you felt like you had control. You saw the light at the end of the tunnel. You start eating less. You start losing weight. It's fantastic. Holy crap, the medication is doing what it's supposed to do. I'm all happy, yada, yada, yada. But then 1 month, 2 months, 4 months into the program, what happens? Now your weight loss slows down. Now you are struggling. You become tired, brain foggy, constipated. We need someone on the South African TikTok. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but if there's an audience in South Africa, if you have an audience that you want me to lecture or anything like that, shoot us a message. We can work some out. We can work something out. There could be a way that we can do some training if you have an audience for me to train. So nobody told you when you started the medication that you needed to pay attention to how you're eating. Nobody told you that you are going to have to force yourself to eat more food. But that's the case, right? You're not hungry all the time. You get full really fast. So you're not giving your body the proper nutrition that it needs because the medication works so aggressively. So this is the primary problem as to how you ended up in this problem. This is the mechanism that led you from where you were at. You were losing weight and now you're struggling to eat. Now you're struggling to get enough nutrition because you're having to force yourself to eat. And it's not easy. It's not easy to have to remember to be conscious of that thing, of that whole process. It screws with you a little mentally. And this is why coaching is so valuable. Coaching is so important to make sure that this doesn't happen to you. Or if you are already here, then how are we going to fix it? Casey's like, that's my problem 100%. Well, Casey, we got you. We can help. Let's get this issue fixed. Robin, is there any good quality protein shakes? Any sort of protein powder that's organic and has low sugar, Robin, I'm good with that. And I'm super happy that you found me too. If you're in Ontario, Canada, Robin, you can still join my coaching program. You guys can still join my coaching program from across the globe. We just can't obviously ship the medications out there. So we're going to skip, just because I only have a couple minutes, we're going to skip the part about the science of the weight loss stall. You guys have, heard me talk about that. You can watch my other videos, but basically the science of the weight loss stall is your metabolism slows down, your thyroid production decreases. This is why you have symptoms that start. These symptoms are symptoms that mirror an actual hypothyroid situation. Okay. So how do we fix the weight loss stall? How do we fix zombie mode, weight loss plateau, metabolic downregulation? So pay attention to this, guys, because this is the answer to the question that you guys all asked me earlier. How do I fix this? I would always use protein powder with milk. With water. I would not be drinking milk unless you are metabolically fit at your goal, and then you're drinking some high quality milk with that. So what you're going to have to do, whether you're working with us or not, is a reverse diet or a metabolic reset. Okay. A reverse diet or a metabolic reset is a program in which we figure out how many calories you're consuming, right? So are you eating 1,200, 1,800 calories, whatever you're consuming. And then we, week by week, slowly work on increasing your caloric intake in order to achieve an intake that's closer to the amount that you should be eating, which we call that number your TEE or your TDEE, total daily energy expenditure. Now, there's a whole formula that we can plug in your metrics into in order to figure it out. But for most people, this is going to be somewhere near like 1,800 to 2,000 calories. So the key to the reset, guys, is slowly increasing your intake, identifying how much you think you're averaging now, and then paying attention to your body's symptoms and increasing only when necessary. The problem with increasing too quickly is that your body you might start gaining weight. And obviously, nobody wants you to gain weight. Gaining weight is extremely frustrating for anybody in this process. And so this is why it's crucial that, honestly, I'm just going to say it. Like, if you're working with us, we're going to make sure. Oh, Robin, that's super cool. Yeah, that's awesome, Robin. if you're working with us for the metabolic reset, guys, we're going to make sure that you are doing this correctly, that you're not going to gain weight, that we're paying attention to your metabolism, and then we speed you up and get you eating the right amount. And then after that, guys, this is where we can get back into fat loss mode while protecting the muscle mass on your body. Thank you, Heather, for sharing that. I know for many people it's scary. Was it scary for you, Heather, a little bit in the beginning? Were you a little nervous when I told you that you need to eat more food? How do you prevent loose skin? By not losing weight too quickly, by protecting the muscle mass on your body, by improving your health. These are all the things that can help. You can shoot us a message here. We do accept WhatsApp, and we do have coaching programs for you guys if you guys are not in the US. Haiti, it doesn't exactly work that way. There's no way you can guess accurately, but if you were working with us, we would slowly increase your intake and we would get you to wherever your metabolism goes, which it might be 2,200, we don't know. But if you guys can't eat this much food, then you're on too high of a dose. I'm going to repeat that before I end today's call, before I end today's training. If you're struggling to eat enough food, then you are on too high of a dose. And you should talk to your providers about switching things up, getting on a lower dose, and getting this whole issue fixed. I say the names however I see them. What did I say? Haiti? Did I say Haiti? Hattie? I think I said Haiti, huh? Good morning, Stress Crack. How are you, my friend? All right, guys, I'm about to hop off. But before I do, I wanted to remind you that I do go live every single morning, Monday through Friday, 5:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's funny. All right, Haiti, you say it like that. Make sure you're following me on TikTok and make sure you're following me on YouTube. There's a ton of free resources on my YouTube and my podcast. I want you guys to be fully immersed into everything that we offer. Even if you're not ready for professional coaching yet, there's a lot that you can learn from my podcast, from my YouTube, from the Facebook community, the weight loss guide, the peptide guide, all of that. So I strongly encourage you guys to check all of that out. And the biggest thing is this phone number right here. This is how you can actually reach out to my team. So shoot us a message with your name and your email. Let them know that you want to get scheduled for that free consultation, guys. Have a great Monday start to your week, and we'll see everybody later.